Hello.
Hi. This is the general plan of the sort of idea of what the stage is going to look like. That's the bit that's sort of fenced off around outside in the concert hall.
So that's that way,
the stage. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's your staging.
Yeah.
And everything else.
Yeah.
Right.
They're the mats.
These are just mats where people can
Yeah.
use.
Picnic and that's probably. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you're saying you're putting lights up?
Yeah.
Possibly. That's what we need to talk to you about, whether it's worth having lighting and whether we've got the sort of lighting that we need.
Well, first of all, you've got a stage. Is the
Yeah.
stage being covered?
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
That's
Miss
something we can talk about.
Joyce told me earlier. I was discussing it with her on break time. She said to me there will be a white thing covering.
Right.
The,
So if you've got a white canopy covering it,
Yeah.
there's not going to be a lot of point in the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the lights aren't going to do anything. Okay.
Well, wouldn't it be nice with like different colour lights to attract?
You'll need a lot of
Cover.
light to light it if you've got a white roof, because
Oh.
the sunlight will just come through.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
plus, to put the lighting out there, you've got to have quite a good power source, because you haven't really got that coming out of the concert hall.
Okay.
It would take quite a lot of power to do
Yeah.
that.
Do you know roughly how big the stage is?
I've looked at it with Miss Joyce just a minute ago, roughly what the size is, because you've got two trees sort of here,
That's a sure.
which is the problem. So it can go back quite a way, but like I assume these are the trees.
Yeah.
Doing it in front of the trees.
It means you're going to come quite a way forward, so you're going to end up with being virtually in the whole of the concourse. So then you're not going to really allow people to walk through.
Yeah. No one moves through.
But obviously, once you need to see what size the stage is going to be.
But like usually, okay, yeah, sorry.
You need to work that out, whether you're going to go between the trees and go from the fence forward, so you've got that width, or whether you're going to go in front of the trees.
Yeah.
If you go in front of the trees, you get a bigger stage, but you're not going to have much room this side. You might want to measure that up.
Yeah.
What events have you got going on the stage?
Oh, we're having a steel band. That's why we needed a big stage instead of a little one.
Have they said how big a stage that you
We said
require?
about 30.
We need a big stage.
Yeah, well, a big stage is what size? It's no good saying big, you've got sizes.
I don't know how many people are in the
We've roughly
thing.
have measured that, so
How many people in the steel band?
She's about 20 something.
So we-
something like
plus
that.
instruments about
Yeah, the
30.
instruments
It's
too.
about 20 people.
yeah.
Yeah.
And how they're gonna move around?
So what, are they all standing at steel drums, or?
Yeah, I think the standard.
I think they're standing around doing their playing the instruments. So as long as they're on there and they can, I think they're still.
So are the steel band coming in from, are they a band coming in from somewhere that you're hiring in, or?
Yeah.
In the centre.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perhaps it might be a word, might be an idea to have a word with them and say to them, how many of you are there? What sort of size stage you require? Because obviously if they're your biggest event, you want to get the staging and everything right for them.
Yeah.
Ask them if they need amplification, which I very much doubt if they will. They may even need a microphone just to announce things and say what they're going to do or what they're playing, or somebody might be singing with it.
Yeah.
You need to go back to them and find out those sort of things.
But there was a key question that we really wanted to know: how much electricity can we use?
Well, that's depending on what, this is why I'm concerned with the lighting, because all your power supply's got to come from the concert hall. And you've only got normal power sockets in there. There isn't any way of getting extra power out to here. Now, if it's just for the audio equipment, which it could be if you don't do the lighting, then there's sufficient power within the concert hall that could be brought out. But that's got to be done properly.
Yeah.
I was thinking if we could do it near the geography huts, 'cause there's like, but like I was thinking there's not enough power there, so.
And there's more power in there. You don't need an awful lot for what you're doing. What you need is to be close to where power is.
Yeah.
When you say geography huts, where's that?
That's down there, because I was thinking that's like a load of space there, but it's got, we need the power though, obviously.
Yeah, I think you're possibly better there because you've got that bit there you can use as your backstage area where you've got somewhere where people can go.
Yeah.
So you can bring the people up onto the stage at that area.
Yeah.
You've got to be careful though, because if you've got, what other acts have you got? You've got dancing, band, other
We
bands.
haven't
Ian?
We're not sure at the moment because we are doing auditions at the moment, so there will probably be there will be bands.
Right. So if you've got bands, you've got to allow.
So far, I really know them. All
drama performance.
Oh, and there will be a few drum performances as well.
Right. So you've got to allow time and everything for them for the changeover.
Yeah.
How long do you think that will take for the setting up the stage after?
Well, if you're going from the steel band, and then you're going to go to another band, you've got to get all those steel drums off and put somewhere, so that's where that area would come into its own. You've then got to get the other drum kit on and anything else that they want with it. If you're going to put microphones on them, you've got to get the microphones around the drum kit. The drummer will want to set the drum kit up himself and 9 times out of 10, so that they know they're okay.
So it's
so
if we do
something you would have to work out. I couldn't say how long the time is. Let's face it, if you've got 20 people on stage, just to get the 20 people off takes time.
Yeah.
They now got to take all the drums and everything else off. That takes. You've got to have bodies there to help them do it, to make it quicker.
Miss Joyce's idea was to have the stage here.
Yeah, that's been done in the past.
Do you agree with that?
It can work in exactly the same way as having it there.
But the problem
But the fence
fences.
gets in the way. It's okay, but it's it's nice not to have to look through a fence at people.
Yeah.
What about your DJ idea?
Yeah.
But the DJ,
Well, that's not a bad idea, but he doesn't necessarily need to be on the stage.
You can be
on the side or something.
The reason
Just
being
announce
is
it.
because then, whilst you're changing the sets over,
he can play some
he
music.
can play some music. So it gives you sort of something to fill in whilst there's nothing going on the stage.
Where would you put it? Where would you put it? And what about again electricity, etc. Supply for it?
The DJ thing will all go through the main PA. We have one PA that feeds everything, and that would be using the school PA. And if he was just to bring his, I don't know, was he running on the decks, computer, CDs? The DJ, what was he?
But the DJ wouldn't be visible then, would they? They would be because the PA system runs out of the LMC, doesn't it?
The PA will be actually on the stage.
Okay.
So obviously wherever the stage is, you'll have speakers either side here. That would be your main PA for everything. Where you put the DJ, well, you could either have
on the stage, but
you could put them at the stage in the corner if there's enough room.
And you'd be okay for the electricity supply alongside the other stuff?
From the concert hall.
Okay.
Basically, we need about 2 or 3 sockets from the concert hall, that's all. And just as you go in that door, there's some to the right and some to the left, which should give us sufficient power to run out there.
And what about for your drama performances in terms of mics and stuff?
Are these mics good quality? We don't want people's.
Well, basically, I don't know what I'm supplying or anything else. I'm saying that we're using the school equipment, most of it, to keep costs down, because anything I bring in, there's a higher charge. So, and this isn't the whole thing that we've got to look at. There's areas all around that's got to be covered with other equipment. So, your stage area, obviously from your act's point of view, once you've got them sorted out, you need to know what their requirements are with microphones. And if you've got a little drama act going on, what's it, 2, 4 people, 6 people?
What's the higher charges if you needed additional mics?
Additional mics come in roughly around anything between 15 to £25, depending on what type they are. Now, if you're doing drama performances, the easiest ones, which I think you may have been involved before in the concert hall when you had the headband ones, would be to possibly have some of those.
Do you think we can cover these, when we have the equipment there, do you think we can cover that up on the sides?
On the sides, or what?
Because people, when they're backstage, they don't want to be seen. Because they're in the gate area.
Well, you could do, but once again, that's up to you. How are you going to do it? Are you going to buy fabric to do it? Are you going to hire fabric? How are you going to do it? You've got fences here, so you could do it.
Well, wouldn't there be a certain height of fences?
Well, there is a fence there, isn't there? There's a fence down the side there as well?
Yeah.
So if that fence, at the moment, it's just a wire fence, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you could put something over that fence to cover it, couldn't you? Whether it be drapes or something, just so that if you put a piece of material, people can't see you then. I wouldn't say that's as important as getting the stage covered.
Yeah.
The stage really needs to be covered. the top, and possibly the sides and part of the back. Because, okay, you hope you don't get in bad weather, but you may.
Yeah.
So wherever the equipment is, we've got to get some sort of cover.
Yeah.
That's your biggest problem, and this is the other concern with the lights. And to be honest, I don't think the lights would show up that much because it would be daylight.
Yeah. So, I think we're done with the questions now.
So, at this moment in time, you don't know how many acts you've got going on now. You know you've got 2 at least.
Yeah.
You say you may have some drama.
Yeah.
Dance.
And dance. Dance isn't probably a problem because that would just probably be a
Not just
CD
the music.
But wouldn't that be hard, like,
It will be hard.
the size of the stage? Is the stage big enough for a dance?
But you need. That's why you need to work out the size of the stage. So you're going to need to go and measure what size your stage is going to be.
You'll have to see what stage box they've got and then work out what you can make out of it.
Do you know what colour the stage is? Sorry.
Black,
Black.
No.
I think.
Yeah.
Or was it Was it metallic?
There's several bits they've got because they've got some scaffolding.
Scaffolding as well, yeah.
I think that was just wood colour. Not certain.
Possibly.
You really have to look into that. Then obviously you may want to cover the stage or whatever you need to do. I don't know whether it's covered or not.
Yep.
There's a lot goes into it.
Is this stage stable?
Yes.
It's stable.
And the caretakers will kind of look at that and make sure that that's stable before they...
Imagine someone goes on a job.
Yeah, well, see, you should really have edging.
Safety about it.
Yeah, bits around the side to stop people falling off.
Yeah.
But how are you going to get your canopy on the top?
So is the stage building? You're building, like, it's little bits of it and you're just putting it all together?
You're gonna need to talk to the caretakers as well after you've spoken to Gary, because there's various different possibilities for staging, and it depends on what you want, and you're gonna have to ask them and what they can do and how you're gonna go about it. Because obviously, if Gary said to you that it's a good idea to try and cover it because of the technical equipment, then you need to speak to the caretakers and see what's the best option for that.
Okay.
All right.